We begin in Sudan, where the conflict between the country's army and the paramilitary group known as the Rapid Support Forces has lasted for a month now. And within that timeline, a mass exodus of people has been reported. Destruction of major infrastructure continues and the toll is rising. To add to the woes, the humanitarian situation is worsening. WION got the opportunity to speak to Doctors Without Borders, or Medicine Sans Frontières, who have been operating in the country for over 40 years, on why the world still needs to pay attention to the war-ravaged nation.
Khartoum was relatively calmer as a 7-day ceasefire appeared to reduce fighting between two rival military factions, although it has not yet provided the promised humanitarian relief to millions trapped in the Sudanese capital. Those who remain in Khartoum are struggling for food, water and electricity, even phone network. Looters have ransacked homes, mostly in well-off neighborhoods. A team of doctors from Doctors Without Borders have joined hands with local medical professionals to treat trauma patients in Khartoum. They have treated over 240 patients for trauma injuries since 9th May.
No matter how intense a conflict is, no matter how high a death toll is, there is no human being who can ever get used to death, who can ever get used to the smell of dead bodies, to see their hospitals be riddled with bullets. Everyone deserves a life of dignity, a life of safety, and to be able to sleep at night well rested, knowing that tomorrow there will be a peaceful day ahead of them. It is unlivable at the moment, and this is precisely why we need the story of Sudan to be told and to be heard as much as possible today.
Schools and hospitals are destroyed, as UN and aid agencies say that despite the truce, they have struggled to get the approvals and security guarantees to transport aid and staff.
As MSF, we have been in Sudan for more than 40 years. We've been running medical projects in 10 states of Sudan, and we've been attempting to scale up our medical activity since this intense fighting broke out between the Sudanese military and the Rapid Support Forces last month. But unfortunately, those efforts of ours and those of other actors in the space have been severely hampered by the violence, by aggressive armed incursions. There is looting or armed occupation happening at hospitals that we have witnessed ourselves. We're facing a lot of administrative and logistical challenges.
Intense fighting is also taking place in the city of Al-Fashir, capital of North Darfur state, which had remained calm in recent weeks after a separate local truce. Outside of Khartoum, the worst hit city is El Geneina, on the border with Chad, which has seen an onslaught of militia attacks that have destroyed its infrastructure and killed hundreds. The aid agencies are now making an appeal to the warring generals to stop the fight.
Those in the decision-making capacity, the leaders involved in the conflict, need to ensure that there is safety for medical personnel and that health facilities or health officials, those carrying out healthcare, are not a target.
The conflict, which erupted on 15th April, has killed at least 730 civilians and caused over 1 million Sudanese to leave their homes, fleeing either abroad or to safer parts of the country. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.